here to mourn the loss of a local businessman, Mr. Jacob Marley, who is indisputably dead as a doornail. Here to speak is his colleague and partner, Mr. Ebenezer Scrooge.
Thank you, Father. Molly and I were partners for many years. We met when I first arrived in London. Jacob Marley.
Marley? Who the bloody hell is that?
We were partners.
Oh, do you mean like lovers?
Business partners, madam.
Oh, I don't know your life. Is this his tombstone?
Yes. Can't you read?
No, you classist twat.
Well, we'll try and grieve here if you don't mind.
Well, don't thumb up your nose at me just because you can read people's tombstones.
Please, madam, we wish to be left in peace to mourn our loss.
They don't know who Jacob Marley was any more than I do.
Who here knew Jacob Marley? Go on, hands. Father?
I had a brother named Caleb.
All of you just leave me be.
And I had a cousin named...
Go away!
Touchy Low. Who died?
Jacob Marley!
I never met the man.
Go away! Oh, Jacob. It appears I'm your only friend and mourner.
Well, isn't that just depressing?
Go away! Oh, Jacob.
My name's Danny.
Go away! Get out of his shoe! Daft. I know the day and the year, boy.
Sorry, sir. Thank you, sir. I can trouble you, sir.
What is it?
Well, I want to buy these shoes for my mother for Christmas, sir.
What of it?
Well, she's been sick for quite a while, and they would make her happy.
Sick? And you wish to buy her shoes? Ha ha
for him this miserly curmudgeon? Can he learn to change his ways before the final judgment? Hither now and hear our tale in our Victorian dressing. We shall strive to entertain and give this Christmas blessing. Peace on earth, goodwill to men, and also love thy neighbor. Oh, and let us not forget, we're all in this together.
Too soon.
Not doing it.
All right then, all right. Off we go. The part is over. It was the best of times. It was the worst of times. I never painted out old Marley's name on the sign above the door in the 7 years since his death. 7 whole years. There it stands above the door, on the outside of the door, Scrooge and Marley. Our firm was known as Scrooge and Marley. Some people knew it as a business, but sometimes refer to me as Scrooge and sometimes Marlowe.
Merry Christmas, Uncle. God save you.
Can't you hear me in here delivering a monologue?
Uncle, just Christmas.
Christmas. Bah, humbug.
Christmas or humbug, Uncle? Surely you don't mean that.
I do. Merry Christmas. What right or reason have you to be merry? You're poor enough.
Well, what right or reason have you to be grouchy? You're rich enough.
Humbug.
Don't be cross, Uncle.
What else could I be when I live in a world of fools such as this? If I had my way, every idiot who goes about with Merry Christmas upon his lips should be boiled in his own pudding and be buried with a stick of holly through his heart he should.
Uncle!
Nephew! Keep Christmas in your way and let me keep it in mine.
Keep it, but you don't keep it.
Then let me leave it alone then. Much good has it done you? Much good has it ever done anyone?
There are many things I have found good, by which I have not profited, I dare say. Christmas among the rest. When I think of Christmas time, apart from its sacred name and origin, I think of a kind time, a good, forgiving, charitable, pleasant time. The only time I know of in the long calendar of the year when men and women seem to open their shut-up hearts freely and to think of people below them as not another race of creatures bound on other journeys. Oh, therefore, Uncle, though it has never put a scrap of gold or silver in my pocket, I believe it has done me good, and it will do me good. And I say, God bless it!
Let me hear another sound from you and you'll keep your Christmas by losing your situation. You're quite a powerful speaker, sir. It's a wonder why you're not in Parliament.
Don't be angry, Uncle. Come, dine with us tomorrow.
Us? Why did you ever get married?
Because I fell in love.
Because you fell in love. The only thing in the world more ridiculous than Merry Christmas.
You never came to see me before Claire and I married. Why give that as a reason for not coming now?
Good afternoon.
I want nothing from you. I ask nothing of you. Why can't we simply be friends?
Because we're already family, and that's proving tiresome enough. Good afternoon.
I am sorry, Uncle, with all my heart, to find you so resolute. But I'll keep my Christmas humor despite your objection. Merry Christmas.
Good afternoon.
And a Happy New Year!
Good afternoon.
Scrooge and Marley, I believe. Do I have the pleasure of speaking with Mr. Scrooge or Mr. Marley?
Mr. Marley has been dead 7 years. He died 7 years ago this very night.
Well, no doubt that his generous soul is well represented by his surviving partner. Well, at this festive time of year, we find it desirable to make provisions for the poor and destitute who suffer greatly at the present time. Many are in want of simple comfort, sir.
Are there no prisons?
Plenty of prisons.
And the union workhouses? Are they still in operation?
They are. Still, I wish I could say that they were not.
So the prisons and workhouses are still fully functional then?
Both, very busy, sir.
Oh, good. I was afraid something had occurred to stop them of their usefulness.
But, sir, neither provide Christmas cheer. A few of us are endeavoring to raise funds to buy food, drink, and blankets as a means of warmth. We chose this time of year because need and want are felt by all. What shall I put you down for?
Nothing.
Oh, you wish to remain
Anonymous.
No, sir, I wish to be left alone. Since you asked me what I wish, that is my answer. I don't make merry at Christmas time myself, and I can't afford to make idle people merry either. I support the establishments already mentioned. Those who are badly off must go there.
But, sir, many can't go there. Many would rather die, sir.
If they would rather die, then they should go and do it, and decrease the surplus population.
But
It's enough for a man to understand his own business without interfering with other people's. Mine occupies me constantly, sir. Good afternoon.
I didn't mean to.
Good afternoon, I say.
But
Are you a simpleton? Does no one understand what good afternoon means?
He's asking you to leave.
Thank you, Mr. Cratchit, for that poor man's interpretation. He knows very well what I was inferring.
Good afternoon, sir.
Come rest ye merry gentlemen, let nothing you dismay. Remember Christ our Savior was born on Christmas Day to save us all from Satan's power when we were gone astray.
That last hour went by rather quickly.
Yes, sir. Sir, I was wondering about tomorrow.
Yes, what of it?
It'll be Christmas, sir.
Oh, indeed.
So,
That would explain those insipid carolers.
so I was hoping...
Don't mince words, lad, out with it.
I was hoping to be off tomorrow.
All day?
Convenient, sir.
It's not convenient. There's work to be done. You don't think me ill-used when I pay a day's wages for no work?
Christmas occurs but once a year, sir.
A poor man's excuse for picking a rich man's pocket every 25th of December.
Well, all the businesses will be closed. There'll be no one here to do business with. You could save the expenses of being open. You could save the cold and...
Are you trying to get out of work or save me money?
Both, sir.
But you're still expecting your regular 15 shillings a week.
It is Christmas week, sir.
Be here all the earlier the following morning.
Oh, thank you, sir. Sir, Merry Christmas. Nope.
I'm too generous. I'll spoil that man yet. Well, Marley, another year older and none the wiser. These Christmas fools will be my undoing, I just know it. Wish you were still here, old friend. Ebenezer! Ebenezer! Ebenezer Scrooge! Ebenezer? Oh, bollocks! Now I have to go uptown!
Hang upon a midnight clear, that glorious song of old, from angels bending near the earth to touch their harps of gold. Peace on the earth, goodwill to men, from hands, O gracious King. The world in solemn stillness lay to hear the angels sing. For lo, the days are hasting on by prophets seen of old, when with the ever-circling earth shall come the time foretold, when the new heaven and earth shall own the Prince of Peace their King, and the whole world send back the song which now the angels sing.
This will warm you up. Marley, is that you? No! Oh, good. to run out of books. Who's there?
No one! I told you!
What was in my tea?
A chamomile!
Who is speaking to me?
Jacob Marley!
I don't believe it. Marley's ghost!
Yes.
What do you want with me?
Oh, much!
Can you sit down?
I'm not here for tea and crumpets, fool. You don't believe in me.
I don't. I won't.
What evidence would you need of my reality beyond your senses 5?
I don't know, because a little thing can affect them. The slightest disorder of the stomach makes them cheat. You may be a bit of undigested beef, a blot of mustard, a crumb of cheese, a bit of underdone potato, or I may have been drugged. Humbug, I say, humbug!
That was long overdue. 7 years in chamber.
I don't understand. Oh, my word!
'Tis the stench of death. Believe in me now.
I do, I must. Oh. But why do spirits come to me? And why are you bound in chains?
I wear the chain I forged in life. I made it link by link. Is it strange to you?
Yes, of course.
Would you like to know the weight and length of the strong coil you bear? 'Twas as long and heavy as this only 7 Christmas Eves ago. You've labored on it since. 'Tis a ponderous chain.
No, Jacob, Jacob, speak comfort to me, Jacob.
For behold, I bring you good tidings of great joy, which shall be to all people. For unto no, I'm here from beyond the grave. I'm not here to comfort you. This is a bloody intervention. Comfort comes from other regions. It is conveyed by other ministers to other men.
But you were always a good man of business, Jacob.
Business? Mankind was my business. The common welfare was my business. Mercy, charity, benevolence were all my business. The dealings of my trade were my business. They were but a drop of water in the comprehensive ocean of my business. Oh, why did I walk amongst crowds of fellow beings with my eyes turned down? Were there no poor homes to which this light could have conducted me? Hear me. Hear me, my... Hear me! My time is nearly gone.
I will. But don't be too hard upon me.
I am here to warn you. You have yet a chance and hope of escaping my fate. A chance and hope of my procuring Ebenezer.
Oh, you're always a good friend to me, Jacob. Thank you.
You will be visited by 3 spirits.
3?
Yes.
I think I'd rather not.
Damn it, man! Without their visits, You cannot hope to shun the path I tread. Expect the first when the clock tolls 1.
Couldn't I just take all 3 at once and be done with it?
No! And now look to see me no more. And look back. For your own sake, you remember what is past between us. Remember!
Seriously, what was in my tea? It's 12:58. 2 minutes until. Oh, Ebenezer, get a hold of yourself. If you continue at this rate, they'll pack you off to the asylum. I just know it. Surely it was all a dream. Yes, a vivid dream. The hour itself and nothing else. Are you the spirit whose coming was foretold to me? Yeah! Who or what are you?
I'm the ghost of Christmas past, silly sport.
Long past?
No, your past. Come with me.
I'm mortal and liable to fall.
Don't be afraid. Take my hand.
I will not, fancy man.
Take my hand.
No.
Take my hand.
No.
Take my hand.
No.
Take my hand.
Take my hand! Very well. Remember this place? I was a boy here.
Yes, these old structures have so much character. I once courted a carpenter. I know all about a skillful joint, the union of 2 bodies, the perfect fit.
I remember sitting right there by the window.
No, let's focus on you then. Your lip is trembling. What is that upon your cheek?
Nothing. Just take me where you will.
The schoolyard is not quite deserted. A solitary child sits alone, neglected by his friends.
Oh boy.
'Tis you.
I know.
Oh, these are the things of the shadows that have been. They have no consciousness of us. Ebenezer Marie Scrooge. Your middle name's Marie?
'Twas my grandmother's name.
You poor dear.
Look, it's Alibaba. But it's dear old honest Alibaba.
Tall, dark, and handsome.
Once when I was left alone here at Christmas time, he came to me, just like this.
Why aren't you outside playing, Ebenezer?
Father says I'm here to learn and not play. If I play, I will never earn money.
I see. Does your father oppose chocolate?
No,
See, I like chocolate. Sometimes it's sweet and sometimes it's not, but I still love to eat it. You know what I mean?
Oh, I do.
no.
See, when I first moved here from India, I thought my life would, how do you say, suck. Then I loved it. So, once a month, I save up enough and I buy myself a chocolate bar. Because some days are sweet and some days are bitter, but you mustn't learn to enjoy it all. And chocolate makes it a little bit easier. You keep the rest.
Thank you, Alibaba.
Such a sweet man!
He was a dear man. He later choked on a piece of candy and died.
Good God!
And I never ate sweet treats again.
Right. On we go to another Christmas.
Dear child, I wish.
What is it?
Nothing. There was a boy wanting to buy his sick mother some Christmas shoes. I wish I had given him something as old.
Well, but you did. You gave him a cold shoulder. Look at you all grown up.
But how? How is this possible?
We've got magic to do just for you.
Ebenezer, I've come to bring you home. Home, dear brother. Home, home, home.
Home, little Fanny.
Yes, home for good and all. Home forever and ever. Father is much kinder than he used to be. That home is like heaven.
Heaven, dear sister.
Yes, he spoke to me so gently one night when I was going to bed that I was not afraid to ask him once more if he could come home. And he said yes.
Yes?
Yes, he sent me in a coach to bring you. And you to be a man and never come back here. But first, we're to be together all Christmas long. And have the merriest time in the world.
You're quite the woman, little Fanny.
Oh, Ebenezer Scrooge, 'twould seem that you'll be leaving us. Pity.
Thank you, Headmaster, for everything.
Yes, well, don't forget, knowledge is power.
Charles, stop running in the hall!
Hurry, Ebenezer, we mustn't keep Father waiting.
Now I know where your love of books comes from.
Fanny loved books. She'd sit by the window reading for hours.
Always a delicate creature. Oh, but she had a large heart.
Yes, until she turned 27.
Good God! Your young life could not have sucked this much.
It made me into what I am today. You're afraid I don't think
A good thing.
a good thing? Fanny was good. She was like the sun, so bright and cheerful. Everything she touched, she made better. But like everything else, she died. Her life was taken from me. She died in childbirth. Childbirth?
With your nephew?
Yes.
On to another Christmas. Do you recall this place?
You can't just expect me to know. Look, Fezziwig! This is where I was a princess. Why, it's good old Fezziwig. Dear Fezziwig, alive again.
Yo-ho there, Ebenezer, Dick.
Where? Ah, Dick Wilkins, to be sure. Dick and I were very much attached back then. Dear Dick.
Yo-ho, my lads, no more work tonight. It's Christmas Eve. Let's have the shutters up before a man can say Jack Robinson. Here we go, my lads, and clear away. Let's have lots of room in here. Yo-ho, Dick, Ebenezer. Ah, well done. Ah, Mrs. Fezziwig.
Here, Dick, take it. Ebenezer,
Oh, Belle, come.
it's a ball. I love balls. Oh, and there's Dick.
Mr. and Mrs. Fezziwig, the founders of the feast.
Huzzah! A small matter to make these silly folks so full of gratitude?
Small?
Is it not? He spent but a few pounds. 3 or 4 perhaps. Is that so much he deserves this praise?
It isn't that, Spirit. He had the power to make us happy or unhappy. The power to make our employment a pleasure or a toil. His power lied in small words and looks, things so small they're impossible to add up. The happiness he gives is as great as a fortune.
What is it?
Nothing. I should like to say something to my clerk just now, that's all.
Come, my time grows short.
Ebenezer, where are we going?
You shall see.
Ebenezer, I can't see anything.
And open your eyes.
Fezziwig's old office.
I'm going to run it.
Your what?
I spoke with our investors and showed them the pubs. Apparently, old Fezziwig was just giving money away to charity. I showed them how we can increase our profits. And
He's a generous soul. That's not illegal.
I know, but it's all about making the increase in profits. It's nothing personal. Besides, you're looking to spend more time
It matters little. To you, very little. A sweet man is now without a job. A man who employed you and taught you your trade. Why, pray tell? Because of profits?
It's the even-handed healing of the world. There's nothing so hard as poverty. Nothing so severe as financial ruin.
What of goodwill to men? Benevolence, kindness. I have seen your noble aspirations fall one by one until fear and greed engross you. Is that not true?
Even if I have grown. Wiser what then? I'm not changed, told you, Belle.
Ebenezer, our contract is an old one. It was made when we were both poor and content to be so, until in good season we can improve our fortune by our patient industry.
Which is what I'm doing now.
You are changed. When our promise was made, you were another man.
I was a boy.
You are not what you were. How often I have thought, I release you.
Have I ever sought to be released?
In words, no.
And what then?
In a changed nature. In everything that made my love of any worth to you. I'd gladly think otherwise if I could, heaven knows. But if you were free, would you still choose a girl without a dowry? Would you later regret it? Gain is of great importance to you now, so I release you with a full heart for the love of whom you once were.
Belle, please. What are you saying?
May you be happy in the life you have chosen.
I heard the bells on Christmas Day, their old familiar carols play, and wild and sweet the words repeat of peace on earth, goodwill to men. And in despair I bowed my head. There is no peace on earth, I said, for hate is strong and mocks the song of peace on earth, goodwill to men. Then pealed the bells more loud and deep. God is not dead, nor doth he sleep. The wrong shall fail, the right prevail. With peace on earth, goodwill to men.
You hurt her so!
What of me, Spirit? I don't wish to see any more. Take me home. Why do you delight to torture me?
One shadow more.
No more. No more. I don't wish to see it. Show me no more. Look.
Where shall we put the tree? There! Where? Papa!
Dick!
I saw an old friend of ours this afternoon.
Oh, really? Who was it?
Ebenezer Scrooge. I passed his office window. He had a candle inside, and there he sat alone. Quite alone in his world, I believe.
What say we go outside and find some holly for the tree?
Spirit, remove me from this place.
You think that you alone are a lost tragedy?
Remove me. I cannot bear it.
What frightful reason have you to be grouchy? You're rich now.
Leave me.
You know what? I'm done. Help an old curmudgeon find his Christmas spirit, they said. Oh, it'll be fun, they said. What do you say? I'm exhausted. And they can respectfully suck it.
I'm sorry, Spirit. Please, take me home.
Turn around, Ebenezer Marie.
Oh, thank God, my room. Humbug!
Scrooge!
Who's there?
I am the ghost of Christmas present. Look upon me.
Sir, you appear quite indecent.
You have never seen the likes of me before.
No, never.
Touch it.
Excuse me?
Touch my robe.
I will.
Touch my robe.
I
haven't got all night.
No time like the present, right? Spirits, wonder why you of all the beings in the world should desire to cramp these people's innocent enjoyment. Forgive me if I am wrong.
We are here to observe. We are restrained from interacting with them.
Oh, I see Father.
Hi, quickly.
Why, my dears, how late we are.
The weather is a fright and we struggled along the winter extremes.
Never mind, so long as you are here. Sit me down by the fire, my dear, and get warm, Lord bless me.
Thank you. Where's Belinda?
She's not coming.
Not coming. Not coming upon Christmas Day, why ever not? She's not betrothed to anybody. The poor dear is quite plain looking. Even as a child, the dog wouldn't play with her. The poor thing ran into the house. She has no prospects, no employment. Did she say what she was doing?
Well,
Surprise! Here I
am, Father! My daughter, my my daughter. Would you help Tiny Tim out of his wet clothes, please?
Oh, it's
made him do?
As good as gold. Somehow he gets all thoughtful sitting by himself. He does say the strangest things you've ever heard. Today he told me he hoped people saw him in the church because he was a cripple, and it might do them good to remember upon Christmas Day he made lame beggars walk and blind men see. Martha, dear, the food smells wonderful.
It really does, Spirit.
Dinner is served.
Oh, Tim! Hey, you're right. I'm starving.
Now for that which we are about to receive, let us be truly grateful. I ask only for thanks. I especially ask that you bless my employer, Mr. Scrooge, the founder of the feast.
The founder of the feast, indeed. I wish I had him here. I'd give him a piece of my mind to feast upon, and I hope he'd have a good appetite for it. Amen.
Oh, my dear, don't be cross. The children, it's Christmas Day.
It should be Christmas Day, I am sure, on which one drinks the health of such an odious, stingy, hard, unfeeling man as Mr. Scrooge. You know he is, poor Robert. Nobody knows it better than you do, poor Dote.
Well, he is the founder of the feast. Without his employment, we would go hungry.
I'll drink his health for your sake. Merry Christmas. A long life to him. He'll be very merry and very happy, I have no doubt.
Father, is he alone this Christmas?
Well, indeed he is.
Can we invite him to dinner?
Perhaps next year.
Well, perhaps then we could afford more than 2 chairs for the table.
Oh, standing helps with the digestion. A Merry Christmas to us, my dears. God bless us.
God bless us.
God bless us, everyone.
Spirit, I did not know about his family's situation.
That is why he works so hard for you. Even though he has enough debt, he soldiers on for them. He does it all for them.
Spirit, can you tell me if Tiny Tim will live?
No.
No, you can't tell me, or no?
I see a vacant seat and a crutch without an owner. If these shadows remain unchanged, the child will die.
No. No, Spirit, say he will be spared.
If these shadows remain unchanged, he will surely die. But then what? If he is going to die, then he should do it and decrease the surplus population. Man, who are you to decide what men shall live or what men shall die? It may be in the sight of heaven that you are less fit to live than millions like this poor man's child. Come, there is more to be seen.
He said what? He said that Christmas was a humbug as I live. And he believed it too.
More shame for him, Fred.
Oh, he is a stubborn man and not as nice as he could be. Oh, but I have nothing to say against him.
I'm sure he's very rich, Fred.
Oh, that's what I heard.
Oh, what are that, my dears? He hoards all of his wealth away. He has but one man in his employment. It doesn't even give him a desk to work upon. And all of his other wealth he hoards away, never to see the light of day.
Oh, I have no patience with him.
Oh, I have. I feel sorry for the man. Couldn't be angry with him if I tried. Here, he takes it into his head to dislike us, and he won't come and dine with us. What's the consequence? He doesn't lose much of a dinner.
Indeed, this is a very good dinner.
Oh, I'm glad to hear it. I had a great faith in the housekeeper, Miss Malsby. Miss Malsby?
You hold, sir.
Yes. When should we expect it?
Presently, sir. Just putting on the finishing touches.
Thank you, Miss Malsby.
Do you recognize that woman?
I do recognize that woman. She's the shrew who was at Molly's funeral 7 years ago.
And yet, here she is. Interesting how people's lives are intertwined. After the death of her daughter, she fell upon hard times. But your nephew, he gave her employment and a place to live.
So what say you, Topper, of my Uncle Scrooge?
I don't know the man. He seems quite unpleasant from what I've gathered.
No, that's quite the diplomatic response. No.
Do go on, Fred. He never finishes what he's going to say.
Quite a ridiculous fellow.
I was only going to say that the consequence of his taking a dislike to us, as I see it, he suffers from some good moments that could do him good. That said, he may rail at Christmas till he dies, but he will find me going to his office year after year saying, Uncle Scrooge, how are you? Who knows? Oh, holiday spirits may win him yet.
I'm working on it.
What's everything again? Forget about this fellow.
Oh!
Brilliant. How about Blind Man's Bluff?
Oh, how about charades?
Ooh, I love charades!
Okay, all right. I have one. All right. All right.
Mary Queen of Scots.
Napoleon,
Prince Albert.
Louis XVI.
Henry VIII,
Attila the Young.
Voltaire,
Da Vinci.
Shakespeare.
the Pope,
Moses.
Michelangelo,
I got it. Uncle Scrooge.
Jezebel.
I'm right, aren't I?
Yes, darling, you are correct.
Saint Peter.
The king's over, dear.
Right. The chicken!
Come, my time grows short.
Can't we stay but a little longer?
He has given us plenty of merriment this afternoon, and it would be ungrateful to not drink to his health. So I say, Uncle Scrooge!
Well,
Uncle Scrooge.
He wouldn't take it from me, oh, but may he have it nonetheless, Uncle Scrooge.
Dinner is now served.
Come, my life is nearly ended.
Our spirits' lives so short?
My life upon this globe is very brief. It ends tonight.
Tonight?
Indeed.
Spirit, I feel something's in your robes. Spirit, is it yours?
No, this child is want.
It needs food and clothing. Has it no refuge?
Are there no prisons? Are there no workhouses? Hark, my time draws near.
Spirit, wait!
It is drawing near.
Wait, you forgot your scary child! Go on, scary child, shoot. Damn it. What have you got in store for me now? Your predictions have come true. Oh, dear God! Jack the Ripper! Hide your scary child! Hide your minds! Ow! Are you the ghost of Christmas yet to come? You are here to show me shadows of things that have not happened, but will happen. Is that so, Spirit? Ghost of the future, I fear you more than any specter I have seen. But as I know your purpose is to do me good, as I hope to be a better man than what I was, I shall bear your company. Will you not speak to me?
No, I don't know much about it either way. I only know he's dead.
When he died.
That's not, I believe.
Huh? Well, he's dead then.
So we've been told. Cold, isn't it?
Seasonable for Christmas time. What's he done with his money?
I haven't heard. He hasn't left it to me, is all I know.
You think they'd have a party? I'd love a nice pile of crisps. Now, boys.
We couldn't have met in a better place.
What's the No, man, it's cold out there.
Well, don't just stand there staring as if I magically know what's in your satchels.
Oh, right.
Who's the worse for the loss of a few things like these? Not a dead man, I
If he'd been nicer, he'd have had someone to look after him when he was struck with death, instead of lying gasping out his last there, all lonesome.
It was the truest of words ever spoke. Now open that bundle, Joe, and let me know the value of it. Speak out plain. We all know pretty well that we were helping ourselves before we met here. It's no sin. Now here with you.
That's it.
I always give too much to the ladies. It's a weakness of mine, and it's how I'll ruin myself. The ladies love me.
Oh, that explains the lipstick.
What? Who's next?
Can I go? Can I go?
Well, get on with it.
Wait 1 second here. Very
What absolute rubbish! Undo my bundle, Jed.
What you call this?
Bed curtains.
You took him down, rings and all, with him just lying there.
I do. Why should I not?
Wait, who?
You are determined to make your fortune, and you'll certainly do it.
Why should my hands remain empty when I can fill them with a few things the old school couldn't use anymore? He was a stingy man in life, I say. Why not make some money from his death? Oh, don't you spill that oil on his shirt, though.
His shirt?
Who else's do you think it is? He isn't likely to become cold without it.
What if he had syphilis?
Oh, don't be afraid of that. I ain't likely to be loitering around his company if he did. Besides, not even a diseased whore would give him the time of day.
Oh.
It would have been wasted if it wasn't for me.
What do you mean, wasted?
Putting it on him to be buried in, to be sure. Somebody was fool enough to do it, but I took it off again. Besides, if some old rags ain't good enough for such a purpose, they ain't good enough for anything. He couldn't look any uglier.
Do you mark this, spirit? She stripped a dead man of his clothing. What injustice! What indecency! What poor unfortunate soul!
Everybody ran away from him while he was alive. To profit us while he was dead!
Merciful heavens! What is this? Spirit, what? Spirit, this is a fearful place. Let us go. If there is anyone in this town who should show some emotion caused by this man's death, then show that person to me. Let me see some tenderness connected to the death. Spirit, I beseech you. Please, Spirit. It is so quiet here.
My eyes hurt. He makes them weep by candlelight, and I wouldn't show weak eyes to your brother when he gets home for the world.
I've known him to walk much slower these last few days.
I have known him walk with Tiny Tim very fast upon his shoulder indeed.
As have I. quite often.
But he was very light to carry, and your father loved him so it was no trouble. There's your father at the door. You went today then, Robert?
Yes, my dear. It would have done you good to see how green a place it is, but you'll visit it often. That comes to my walk over Sunday.
Little child. There, Robert, I know.
I'm fine. I saw Mr. Scrooge's nephew today. We stopped and chatted in the street. He's the softest spoken man you've ever heard. Heartily sorry for it, Mr. Cratchit, and heartily sorry for your good wife. By and by, how he ever knew that, I don't know.
Knew what, my dear?
That you're a good wife.
Everybody knows that.
I hope they do, my dear. Heartily sorry, he said. If there's any way I can be of service to you, he said, handing me his card. That's where I live. That's not for anything he might be able to do for us, so much as for his good nature. It seemed almost as if he knew Tiny Tim and he felt with us.
I'm sure he's a good soul.
You'd be even sure of it, my dear, if you saw and spoke to him. I'm sure none of us will soon forget our Tiny Tim.
No, Father.
I know, my dears, that when we recollect how patient and how mild he was, although he was a little thing, we shall not easily quarrel amongst ourselves and forget our Tiny Tim in doing it.
No, never, Father.
Very happy to have had him as long as we did.
Oh, Cratchit, he's a good man, and poor Tiny Tim. This court through which we hurry now is where my office is and has been for some length of time. There's my house. Let me behold what I will be in days to come. The house is over there, Spirit. Why do you point away? Spectre, tell me what man it was who lay upon the bed. Before I'm near that stone to which you point, answer me one question. Are these the shadows of things that will be, or the shadows of things that may be? Men's courses are not written in stone. Our choices foreshadow certain ends, but different choices can change our courses and affect the outcome. See, this is so with what you show me. Am I the man who lay upon the bed? Oh, no! No, Spirit, no! Spirit, hear me! I am not the man I was. I am not the man I must have been. Why show me this if I am past all hope? Turn around, Ebenezer Marie. I get it now. I may yet choose a different path. I must simply turn around. Oh, assure me that I may change to the shadows you've shown me by an altered life. Please, Spirit, on me. I vow to change. Please, grant me but a second chance. They are not torn down rings at all. They're here. I am here. I will live in the past, the present, and the future. The spirits of all three shall strive within me. Oh, Jacob Marley, heavens and Christmas time be praised for this. I say it on my knees, Jacob, on my knees. I am a changed man. I don't know what to do. I'm as light as a feather. cheerful as an angel, as merry as a schoolboy. Merry Christmas to everybody! There's the window where I saw the wandering spirits. It's all true, it all happened. I don't know how long I've been amongst the spirits. I don't know anything. I don't know what day it is. Hello there, boy. What day is today?
What?
Can you tell me what day it is?
Today? Christmas Day 1843, sir.
It's Christmas Day. I haven't missed it. Spirits have done it all in one night. They can do anything they want. Of course they can. Hello there, lad.
Still here, sir.
Do you know the Poulters down the street around the corner?
Yes, sir, the one across from the butcher's.
Indeed. Do you know if they've sold the prize turkey that was hanging there?
Why, the one as big as me.
Remarkable, yes, my dear.
It's hanging there now.
Good, go and buy it.
Are you mad?
No, go and buy it. And bring it here so I can tell them where to deliver it. Come back with the man, and I'll give you a shilling. Come back within 5 minutes, I'll give you half a crown. I'll send it to Cratchit's. He shan't know who sent it. It'll be twice the size of Tiny Tim. I've got to get dressed and change my undergarments. That last spirit really moved me.
Here we come a-caroling among the leaves so green. Here we come a-wandering so fair to be seen. Love and joy come to you, and to you glad Christmas too. And God bless you and send you a happy new year. And God send you a happy new year. We are not daily beggars that beg from door to door, but we are neighbors' children whom you have seen before. Love and joy come to you, and to you glad Christmas too. And God bless you and send you a happy new year. And God send you a happy new year. Love and joy come to you, and to you glad Christmas too. And God bless you and send you a happy new year.
Merry Christmas, you mystic songbirds! Here, this old hymnal should inspire you for seasons to come. I'm particularly fond of Joy to the World. Oh, good sir, how do you do? It was very kind of you to stop by yesterday. I hope you were successful. Merry Christmas to you, sir.
Mr. Scrooge?
Yes, not Marley, though. You see, he died.
7 years ago, we know.
Scrooge is my name, and I fear it may not be very pleasant to you. Allow me to beg your pardon. I would like to donate.
Lord bless me, Mr. Scrooge! Are you serious?
I am serious, and not a farthing less. A great many back payments are included in that, I assure you. Come and see me, won't you come and see me?
Dear sir, I don't know what to say to such
Don't say anything, please. Come and see me at my office, won't you?
I will.
Bless you, sir. Merry Christmas. Bless you 50 times. Ah, Fred! Fred!
Who's that?
'Tis I, your Uncle Scrooge.
Uncle!
I was hoping to join you for Christmas dinner, Fred. Might I join you? Might I join you both for Christmas dinner?
Of course, Uncle, of course.
Oh, wonderful. And maybe afterwards we can play some games.
Games?
Yes, I'm particularly fond of charades.
You, Uncle Charades?
Charades? Is somebody playing charades?
Yes, Uncle, this is our housekeeper, Miss Marsby.
Pleasure to make your acquaintance, madam.
Merry Christmas, sir.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Joy to the world, the Lord has come. Let earth receive her King.
Let every heart prepare him room, and heaven and nature sing, and heaven and nature sing, and heaven Hello, Cratchit. What do you mean coming in here this time of day?
I'm very sorry, sir. I am behind in my time.
You are? Yes, I believe you are. Right this way, sir, if you please.
It's only once a year, sir. It shan't be repeated. I was making rather merry yesterday, sir.
I trust the turkey was satisfactory?
Oh, yes, sir. How did you...
I'll tell you this, my friend. I'm not going to stand for this any longer. Your Christmas merriment. Therefore, I'm going to raise your salary.
Sir.
Merry Christmas, Bob. A merrier Christmas than I've given you in many years. Oh, let's find Tiny Tim the best position. It's cold in here. We need some coal for the fire. We'll be needing you a desk. Can't have you all hunched over all day. Well, hop to it, my lad.
Fred and his Uncle Scrooge became closer with each year. The following year, Fred and Clara had a son, Frederick Marie Livingston. 'Tis a family name. Fred and Scrooge became closer with each year and doted upon the little tyke as if he were his own son.
Scrooge continued to make donations to the poor. He even sponsored a small house for the downtrodden to help them get back on their feet.
Scrooge was better than his word. He did it all and infinitely more. And to Tiny Tim, who did not die, Scrooge became like a second father. He became as good a master, as good a friend, and as good a man as the good old city ever knew.
Scrooge had no further interactions with the spirits, but went on to live happily ever afterwards. And it was always said of him that he knew how to keep Christmas well. But that we said of all of us. And as Tiny Tim observed, God bless us, everyone.